Late afternoon at Manas Air Base. The wind blows warmly between the aging concrete hangars. Transport planes land with a crash, but the sound of the engines seems too distant, as if it belonged to another reality. The sky is painted a damp orange, and the light flooding into the warehouses accentuates the metallic gleam in the eyes of a man standing motionless in front of a table. The breeze blowing through the metal windows does not cool the air. It brings dust, memories, and a kind of silence that is unsettling.
Rafael Torres, 39 years old, captain of the Brazilian Air Force Special Forces. Body as rigid as a rock, heart shaped by loss. His eyes do not flicker, but what lies behind them moves constantly. Old maps lie open before him, covered with handwritten notes, lines drawn by someone who has been there.
Someone who may never have fully returned. Around him, relics from previous missions, rusty nameplates, yellowed photographs, and small fragments of a past that refuses to be buried.
11 years ago, Rafael led a rescue mission in a remote area of the Amazon. There was a disappearance, a friend, a mistake. Since then, the world around him has kept turning. New soldiers have been trained, new missions assigned, but Rafael has remained stuck in time.
As if that moment had frozen something inside him. He goes through the motions, trains recruits, keeps his reputation intact, but inside, something slowly rots away.
On the wall hangs a frame with old photographs from past missions. In one of them, Rafael stands next to a smiling man. Davi, a comrade in arms, a lost comrade. The frame is chipped, the photo is slightly faded. Still, Davi's smile seems fresh, alive, and cruel.
The doorbell rings. An officer enters with measured steps. An accident has occurred. A small plane has crashed with a team of foreign scientists on board. Unstable coordinates.
Dense forest area. Satellites detect nothing. The same region as the 2014 incident. The officer hesitates to say the name of the area, but Rafael finishes for him. Uraweya.
And again, the silence inside Rafael does not yield. He just closes his eyes and hears the forest calling, not with words, but with memories.
In the intelligence room, monitors display images of the crash site. But there is a black hole on the map. It is not a shadow. It is not a technical glitch. It is a complete absence of records.
A vivid spot on the digital map. An area where reality seems to falter. The image fragments when they try to zoom in. Satellites lose signal. Drones don't return. Even time in communication records seems distorted. A vivid spot on the digital map. An area where reality seems to falter. The image fragments when they try to zoom in. Satellites lose signal. Drones don't return. Even time in communication records seems distorted.
At the back of the room, a Yanomami woman, a special advisor to the army, watches everything with ancient eyes. She says nothing,
She just shakes her head slowly.
That land has a name, and it's not just forest. It's Yurawea, the hidden womb, a place where the jungle breathes and listens, where the ground is not ground, and the sky hides eyes that never close.
The latest thermal readings show 5 heat sources, but there is a 6th shadow. A shapeless stain floating close to the bodies, like a presence, like a reflection. Something without mass, without temperature, without movement, but there, static like a scar on reality.
For Rafael, there is no doubt. The forest is alive, and it remembers him. He feels his stomach tighten, as if something inside him had recognized the truth before reason. A truth that does not fit in reports, a truth that bleeds in silence.
In his lodgings, Rafael sits on the edge of the bed. The yellow light from the lamp flickers. In his hand, he holds an old tape recorder, an artifact from another era. He presses the button. The sound of the tape spinning seems to draw in a thick fog that fills the room.
The voice that emerges is familiar, distant, but still alive. It's Davi, his missing friend. The recording is distorted, as if it had been made underwater, but the words cut like a razor.
If I disappear, don't follow me. Follow the sound of water, but don't go into the fog.
Rafael's mind drags him back. The sound of cicadas, the suffocating heat, the feeling of being watched, leaves moving even without wind, a figure disappearing behind the trees.
And the weight of the decision to continue, to leave someone. Davy's face disappearing among the foliage, the echo of a cry for help that was never answered. He closes the recorder with restrained force. It's not anger, it's resignation. The forest has called him back, and he knows that this time he can't ignore it, because something inside is still waiting for him.
The mission departs at dawn. 3 helicopters tear through the sky above the dense Amazon rainforest. Inside them, silent men. No one speaks. No one sleeps. Even the sound of the propellers seems to fear the destination.
Daylight seems to hesitate as it approaches the entrance area. Dark clouds gather without explanation. Birds circle in the sky as if marking an invisible boundary. As they approach their destination, the instruments begin to malfunction. Radios crackle, GPS freezes, compasses spin wildly. A metallic smell fills the cabin. The pilot shouts, but the sound is swallowed up. There is no echo, only a void that consumes even the most urgent commands. The emergency landing takes place in a narrow clearing. The surrounding trees are too tall, too dense. The group disembarks. The air there is different, heavier, more humid.
The forest is alive. It hasn't forgotten. And now, Rafael can't forget either. From here on, the mission is no longer a rescue. It becomes a journey between what is real and what should never have been touched. But that is only the beginning.
In the next episode, you'll find out what was found in the heart of the Phantom Zone, what pulses in the ruins buried by the jungle, and what the recording of the future really meant. So, leave your like now. It helps the channel continue to explore forbidden stories, secret documents, and coordinates that the world tries to erase. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and prepare yourself psychologically. Because part 2 of The Fall in Phantom Zone will show you what happens when the jungle looks back. Will you continue with us? Or will you respect the silence of the unknown?